What's good, y'all? What's good? Okay, let's get into this real quick. I had this come up in my head just now. Why DL men are not relationship material. Let's talk about it. So, I was actually watching. Actually, you can see it in the background. I was watching my homeboy Say So's YouTube video just now, right? And he got me thinking about like just DL niggas in general, because he was talking about the emotional intelligence of bisexual men. And obviously, like, I peeped this as a bisexual man. Yes, we are more emotionally intelligent. But when I think of DL niggas, that's not the case. You feel me? And that's mainly because it's not even that complicated. It's real simple. DL men do not love themselves enough to have love left over for other people, right? If you hate yourself or any part of yourself, you do not have the capacity to love someone else openly, wholeheartedly, all that kind of stuff, right? And I'll give y'all some examples of what I mean. So, first dude I ever caught feelings for, right? I've referenced him several times, several videos. And yeah, nigga, if you see this video, yes, I'm talking about you. He don't like when I do videos about him. I think because it makes him realize what the fuck he's doing. But nobody knows what I'm talking about, bro. So, get over it. Anyway, so first dude I caught feelings for, right? When I think about our interactions, as far as just like our early interactions, when I would try to broach the conversation on, you know, sexuality and accepting yourself and all of this, he would either reference the Bible very vaguely, which tells me he didn't really read it in its entirety. But most of us in the black community, we raised Christian. We grow up Christian, right? That's what we taught. And if you don't reach a point in your life where you start to question that stuff, I guess you just go with it, right? And to put it out there, there is no scripture in the Bible that says it is wrong to be gay, homosexual. No scripture in the Bible that references that whatsoever. What it does say, or what it has said in the past, because the Bible's been edited throughout history to fit, you know, whatever the current power dynamic is. What it originally said in the Bible was that man shall not lay with boy. Makes sense, right? You're taking advantage of someone who's much younger than you, who's not a full person yet. You feel me? Yeah, so duh. But man shall not lay with man? No. There's nothing wrong with that. Right? So the conversations that I had with that nigga, like I said, he would vaguely reference the Bible. He would, when I would talk about being open and honest about my sexuality in general or with other people, he'd be like, oh, and I'm gonna use his words verbatim, what he said. He's like, oh, that's because you're an out of the closet gay fag. And I'm like, really, nigga? Really, nigga? That's crazy. That's so crazy. Now, you could say that maybe he meant it as a joke, but no. Nope. And when you talk about essentially yourself in that way, that is a clear indication of your mindset, right? Why would you reference yourself like that, bro? Like these, and I mean, I guess you could line it up with like, oh, you know, niggas calling themselves niggas, even though that's the white man's word, but that's different. There's the hard R and then there's R word, right? But with this, it's like, if somebody calls me that, I'm not really gonna care, because that's like oh, dude, you got me. Like, what? Nobody gives a fuck. Like, that's not a real insult, bro. Like, that's childish right there. You feel me? But to reference yourself in that way is just crazy, right? And I had another example of a time when he. Oh, okay, yeah. So originally, we had messed when we first met. We messed around for like 2 months. Then shit fell off. I blocked him. Started talking again, and then he blocked me because of the YouTube shit. But then 2 years later, he hits me up again, right? And we start kicking it again. We start chilling, all that kind of stuff. And at this point, I know it's not gonna be anything like significant with the nigga, but because I wasn't still in love with him, right? That's not where I was, but I still cared for him, and I still wanted to be around him, like just around his energy, because regardless of whether that nigga loved himself or not, our connection was intimate, right? It wasn't sexual until later, right? But fast forward to like the second time we started fucking with each other after a little hiatus. We was at my mom's house up in Long Beach, and he was talking about, hey, we should both get girlfriends, just to like, but he said basically we should both get girlfriends, right? And that's another thing, right? With DL niggas, and I don't want this to come off as an attack. Like, you DL, I understand why you're DL. You understand? I've been there. But if you know that you prefer men and you use women just to keep your cover, that's not cool, bro. It's not. Like, that's another whole person. This is a thinking, feeling human being, right? Whether you are completely satisfied with her physically, mentally, emotionally, all that, that's its own separate thing. But this is a person. You feel me? You can't just use them to lie to yourself and everybody else, right? Now, being bisexual, like, I fuck with females before. The last time I had a girlfriend was in high school, but I actually like cared for these girls. You feel me? Like, when I'm with them, I'm with them. You feel me? So I'm not about to like just go get a girlfriend. So, and by this point, was I out to everybody? I think I was out to like my cousins, my mom, and my dad. Not the rest of my family, but everybody. But my cousins, my mom, my dad, my homies, they already knew. So don't make no sense to be doing that, no way. Excuse me. But that's just another example of the DL mentality in general, right? And that all of these are also examples of a lack of emotional intelligence, right? Because you haven't overcome your fear of rejection, and all of these things that come with being DL is just it's just not right. You feel me? But that's all I need to say on that. This was just a quick little tiff popped onto my mind. All right. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch y'all on the next one. All right.